A very warm good morning to one and all present here. I'm extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to address you all on this auspicious day. I welcome you all for the advances in smart environment monitoring system using IoT and sensors. One of the marvelous things about community is that it enables us to welcome and help people in many ways we couldn't as individuals. I take immense pleasure requesting IEI Chairman Dr. S. Shanmugam sir to welcome the gathering.
Very good morning to all of you. For the safety and the convenience of the participants, it is decided to continue the meeting by online mode for some more time. The Institution of Engineers India Local Centre and the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, have jointly organized the technical webinar on advances in smart environment monitoring system using IoT and sensors. It is my personal duty to welcome all of you to this technical webinar. It is my pleasure to welcome today's chief guest, Mr. Ebin Efrim Ilavantangal, General Manager, BITS BIRAC Bionest, BITS Planning, Goa, who has kindly agreed to deliver the technical talk. I welcome you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to our immediate past chairman, Dr. P.R. Nadarajan, immediate past honorary secretary, Dr. H. Rammohan, and Dr. J. Krishnamurthy, honorary secretary, Institution of Engineers India, Coimbatore Local Centre, and all executive committee members. It is my privilege to welcome Dr. K. Sivasankari, Principal, Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, who is presiding over this function. I welcome Dr. K. Nimisa, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, who has agreed to deliver the felicitation address. I welcome Mrs. R. Kirtiya, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, who is to introduce our chief guest. I welcome all the faculty members and students of Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, for this technical webinar. I also welcome the faculty and students from various institutes. I welcome you one and all. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Welcome every morning with a smile. Look on a new day with another special gift from your Creator, another golden opportunity to complete what you were unable to finish yesterday. Today will never happen again. Now I invite our principal, Dr. K. Shivashankari ma'am, to give the presidential address.
Good morning, one and all. On behalf of Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, I take this opportunity to welcome you all for the webinar on advances in smart environment monitoring systems using IoT and sensors. The whole world is working in a comprehensive manner to protect the environment for sustainable agriculture, growth, and a healthy society. The main aim of this smart environment monitoring is to address the challenges due to undesirable effects in the environment through smart monitoring so that all key indicators of growth, including the health of society, are all well regulated. This session, I hope all of you would enjoy this session, and I would like to thank Eben sir for accepting our invitation, and I also thank Dr. Shanmugam sir for sponsoring this technical webinar to Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Be a self-starter. Let your first hour set the theme of success and positive action that is certain to echo through the entire day. Today will never happen again. Don't waste it with a false start or no start at all. Now I cordially invite Mrs. K. Nimisha ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, to felicitate the gathering.
A very good morning to all. Respected Principal Dr. K. Shivashankari ma'am, respected Chairman of IEI, Dr. S. Shanmugam sir, Honorary Secretary of IEA, Dr. J. Krishnamurthy sir, the Chief Guest of the session, Mr. Ebin Efrim Ilavantangal sir, IEA Student Chapter Advisor of ACET, Professor Edwin Fernando sir, respected Head of Departments, faculty members, and my dear students, a warm welcome to one and all. It is my pleasure to thank the management of Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology and Institute of Engineers India, Coimbatore, for organizing this technical webinar on advances in smart environment monitoring system using IoT and sensors. It's my privilege to thank the eminent chief guest of the session, Mr. Edwin Ebrahim Eleventingal sir, for accepting our invitation in spite of his busy schedule. Today, we have amidst us he who walked confidently in the direction of his dreams, who used his imaginations and possibilities to discover endless success. His rich store of knowledge makes him most special. We are extremely honored to have you here today, sir. I wish all the students to make use of this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Your talent determines what you can do. Your motivation determines how much you're willing to do. Your attitude determines how well you do it. I take immense pleasure requesting Mrs. R. Kritika ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, to introduce our chief guest.
Good morning, everybody. It's my wonderful opportunity for having been asked to introduce the wonderful personality, the one who is immeasurably blessed, believed in himself, and worked hard towards sprouting the little seed that God had planted in him. He is none other than our chief guest, Mr. Edwin Abram Eleventingal, sir. He is the director of CA Technology Environment Private Limited and Elders Adots Private Limited, also holding the post of General Manager of BITS Birag Pionist, BITS Bilani Goa. He started his career with CA Technology Environments with a vision to create a new generation of value-based media and the cultural impact it triggers. He then started its second venture, Penta Arts, to achieve its dream of touching lives and solving common problems in the environment. The organization was born to provide technological solutions at a low cost without a compromise in the quality of technology. He also worked as assistant professor at Karpagam College of Engineering from 2015 to 2019. He then founded Institute Development Academy Foundation in 2015 with a motto to drive positive change through knowledge and learning and make a positive impact on the world around us. Organization was dedicated to bring an in-depth international experience to provide significant outcome-based and technology-implemented education in India. Along with this, he was one of them who made Dream AIC Katpagam Innovation Center happen. He also served as Senior Manager of AIC RISE, Atal Incubation Center, supported by Atal Innovation Mission, NIT India's first startup incubation center focusing on United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. He is a co-director of Startup Grid and also the advisory board member of SDC School. He has filled 3 patents in its name. He is a dynamic and skilled embedded system engineer with a diverse knowledge of designing and implementing embedded Linux system platforms in various networking environments. He is a research fellow who explores the available resources for human welfare. He is an inventor who tweaks with technologies to make the life easier. He is a tech advisor to fellows to achieve their dreams. He is a web geek who explored the possibilities of internet and related technology at its edge. He is an entrepreneurship enthusiast, startup evangelist, and a motivational speaker. We are greatly honored to have you here today, sir. Once again, I welcome you to this occasion. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity provided. I now hand over the session to our guest.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shanmugan sir, Dimple ma'am, Nimra ma'am, to organizing this session. Hope I'm audible and like you can. My screen is like you can see me, right? Because like I was on travel, so I'm just connected with my hotspot. Hope my voice is clear.
My colleague suggested that you want to create a response for an academic. So it is also we have created a.
Okay, thank you. So Good morning, everyone. Happy to part of this today's webinar organized by IET. So today we're gonna look into one major happening, which is happening around all of us. Like I lived in Coimbatore for almost 8 years, but like it was not the same Coimbatore when I left. So like the world is changing so drastically. So world is changing in terms of temperature, sea level rising, all this. So how we can, as being an engineer or as being a technology enthusiast, like how we can resolve this. So this is what I want to share with you today. Uh, hope my screen is visible, right? Can anybody respond whether you can see my screen or not? Hello. You can see my screen, right? Sorry for that. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Sir?
Hello. You can hear me, right?
Edwin, sir?
Hello.
Sir, you're not audible. Edwin, sir?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hope you can see my screen. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for technical glitch. So I have a bad internet, so I'm just turning off my camera. Quickly, I'll take you through the challenges happen space and as an opportunity also. How many of you heard of SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals?
So, excuse me.
Sir, sir, not audible, sir.
Can you hear me right now? Like I'm just switching my camera. Hope
Okay.
my voice is
Maybe
so.
due to your
One
network, due to maybe network
like a
problem.
and to uh, s- answer my question. So, how many of you heard of this term, Sustainable Development Goals, and what you understand about it? Maybe like you can put in the chat. How many of you heard So, sustainable development goals is something which United Nations brought into picture when
Sir, excuse me. Sir, can you hear me?
I
Sir, sir, you're not audible, sir.
can hear you.
Sir,
Hello.
yes, sir.
My low.
Ah, yes, sir, you're audible now. Yes.
So, your screen is my screen visible?
No, sir.
Okay, one second, one second. Let me present it again. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible. But the
Hello.
screen. Ah, yeah, it's visible, sir.
Okay. Talking about uh, uh use like proper planning or how control pollutions or unhealthy hazardous environment which is created by like us or the industrial revolution happened in the last 3-4 decades using technology. So there are technologies available or already. One thing how is already down. So you work for wireless work to assist vehicular pollution or like most biggest vehicle we would have. So each car that you ride, which is using mobile and fruit, all this thing have a bigger campaign to create and monitor the pollution happening. So this, if you check into the or any cities, cities,
Sir,
India
the voice is not clear.
well, is it hello? Hello? Now it does? Hello? Is it better now? Now is it better? Can anybody respond on it?
Yes, now it is better.
Oh, so I was talking about the projects or smart is happening across the country. So as as being engineers, if you can develop any solutions which can monitor or all the pollution, uh, road or renewable energy resources thing, then that's one thing which you can start with. How you can do it? IoT, use wireless Ethernet, use sensors to happen, and there is huge lot of funding available from the government pollution control board in to make or do another one is agriculture become one of the biggest space we can use IoT. Like next thing, like uh, the biggest challenge is like producing food for the billion people around India. So you can create and use IoT to collect data and assist it in a better way. Then that's the best part of creating a agriculture production or yield system. So you can use IoT in waste management, temperature control, and
The presentation is not
uh,
visible.
look it one second. Let me
Now it is okay.
hope it is visible right now. Yeah. So if you can create a WSN network which can effectively connect the management. So if you but to like we have waste assessment system in Vellore, and like it is picking up and like going to the dump yard at Vellore. Whether data management system or sensor waste bins which can collect data, create a network around it, then that's one of the best which we can do for any of the smart cities or any of the cities. So this is one big challenge which is happening in the environment space. If you create a WSN network to uh, good to environment monitoring and to keep our environment in a better way. And next thing is like I was speaking about IoT's WSN or SEN for a long IoT is things which is basically connected devices. So if you have a dump, like if you're talking in the waste management segment, so even from the waste sitting at your home till the dump yard processing or the segmentation, it will be connected devices. So when you the waste in your basement to your kitchen, it will collect data. It will like how much uh, non uh, is wet waste is there. If it can collect that data and like segregate it, it goes to the like and if you consider the uh, urban panchayat or like the municipalities dustbin systems, like they will immediately uh, connect to the system where when the dustbin fills or like it will segregate all the data and it really help to manage the or an easier convenient level. So how you can connect with this IoT devices? Then you need a 5G or a wireless sensor network connected to each other. Like your dustbin has to be connected to the internet. There needs to be like how it can connect to the internet. So you need a like network which can start from like a network device which is like smaller and like cheaper enough to connect with your internet at home or to the router at home. So IoT devices are the backbone of many of the smart environment monitoring systems. So I'd like to take you through a few systems on the IoT system, which is already implemented. So one is for the water monitoring. So how we as we are living in an Earth, it is almost one third of Earth is like two third of Earth is water, right? So bigger pollution happening on the waterfront. So how we can do that? So we have a clear like already a system available or in few developed countries like Finland are all using this. So what they do, they have aqua sensors inside their water bodies, like when it's a lake or in the ports. They kept all these water aqua sensors, which will always monitor their pollution level, temperature level, their like some of the saline level and all, which will take that data and will send to the a centralized IoT device. So the sensors will capture the data and it will send to the centralized data like IoT device, and from there it transmit to a cloud, which will be uploaded to the cloud, and the processing will be happening in the cloud, and it will where actually where we need to we have to do the remedies for solving that pollution in that place. So this system is available. So this is one uh, purpose. So uh, yeah, what is if you take we Coimbatore, but there is no system to so the one so yeah,
Sorry to interfere, sir. Sir, can you hear me, sir? Sir, your voice is breaking.
I, is which there are but like
Sir, your audio is not clear, sir. We could not able to get anything.
I'm like a bit more like get
Kritika madam. Madam, can you please try to make a call to him, madam? Whether he would be able. Yes, madam,
Okay,
please.
sir.
Yes.
Hello. Hope I'm audible now. Is it better than earlier one?
Sir,
Hello.
it is better, but still it is feeble, sir. It is not that much clear. Still feeble.
It is not that much clear.
Not coming.
What about now? Hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Is it better than the earlier one? Is
Still
it better than
breaking.
earlier?
Your voice is breaking, sir, actually.
Hello, Mr. Evin.
Okay.
Sir Evin,
Please.
you are on with 3 devices. Can you switch off other devices? Use only one device, then it will be all right.
Actually,
So now he
looking
is
from
using
one
one
device.
only.
And present from the presentation should be only from one. Switch off other devices, please.
Currently using one device. From computer. So earlier it's like challenging. Then I was using my phone also on the other side. Now it's only one device, sir.
Nimisha madam, do you have his PPT, madam?
So I'm getting his call, will attend.
Okay.
visualization, as you are going to see in a few minutes. We believe that there is very
So Krishnamurthy sir, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Sir, Ebin sir couldn't join because of network issues.
Yes, madam. Yes.
His research scholar will be joining us soon, very soon.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam.
Sorry for the
No problem.
inconvenience,
No
sir.
problem. No problem, madam. Okay.
So I have my research assistants joining right now. They will be like continuing the presentations. Sorry for my bad internet today.
Okay, sir. Now it is clear. I don't know. Now it is coming clear. Your voice is clear now. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. They will present, not an issue, sir.
Yes. They will be doing it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So meanwhile, they are joining. Like I'll tell you, if you are working on environment or sustainability, waste management, pollution, there is few government grants available which you can get it from the central government schemes. BIRAC is actually a biotechnology grant, or Department of Biotechnology under BIRAC is looking forward to have more waste management solutions with technology. Even not in biotechnology, like if you are having any solutions in IoT, WSN, they are ready to fund up to around 5 to 6 crores on the same. So this webinar or this seminar can help to start and ignite a point on the same, because like when we started from this like environment problems, like identifying the environment problems and trying to solve from there, which really helped us to create bigger businesses on the other side. For sure, like I believe like the students or like the professors join today, or the IET members join today, they can utilize this as a ignition into getting into the space. Raman Lakshman, you joined, right?
Yes, sir, we have joined, sir. We are joined, sir.
Okay, so Raman Lakshman is a startup working under me. So they work with almost like 4 or 5 years in the IoT and sensor networks till now, and they are developing a implant for careless people. So they will continue the presentation. Please go ahead, Raman Lakshman.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be a part of this webinar, sir. So, hi everyone. We are Raman and Lakshman from Backend Creators. So, we are working on a world first non-surgical hearing device which avoid implantation surgery for hearing loss patients. So, we will start our presentation. I'll move to our presentation now on our topic. So, hope our screen is visible to you, sir, now.
Yes, you can do the presentation. So I did till 7th slide.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hi everyone. So in the mean of like what is a IoT? So I'll give you some overview about IoTs and environmental monitoring. So IoT is a thing which get the sensor data from a node or a microcontroller which given to a cloud. So from the data we can access for a various applications. Like everything is IoT. Even our mobile phone is an IoT. What are the data we are acquired from a sensors which move to a cloud which can be accessed from any smart devices is called as an IoT. So I hope many of yours are students from engineering colleges. So I'm sure that any one of you have done a IoT project for your mini project or in final year have taken some problem and you are identified we need to monitor certain parameters, like if you are using a water quality monitoring you need to monitor quality of water. If you are going for a environmental monitoring you need to monitor parameters like carbon dioxide and an oxygen level in environmentals like this. So what is the first level of IoT is we need to acquire data for what kind of application you are going. So IoT is a solution which need to be solve a problem through a technical. So you may take an example of our day-to-day life challenges. Like take an example like in our every home we have a EP meters. In a current Tamil Nadu governments, how they will take a data, like they will send a one person from every home and they will collect the data from the meters. So as an engineer, as an entrepreneur, can we give a solution for like IoTs? Like there is a simple technology like what are the energy we are spending we cannot measure by the sensors. So we need to fix some node on that places. So according to the help of cloud, we can manage it. In a Raman house, this much of energy was used for these months. This so much of watts has been consumed so far. So which is cost this much. So you can first level of technology work. What we need to do is we need to collect the data from where we need. Like we can take as an example for smart meter or energy monitoring using an IoT. So we need to acquire data. What are the data we need to acquire? We need to take a power data. Power data means we need to use a voltage and current sensor. So using that we can take a power data, how much watts we are consuming every minute in our home. So this data has been fed to a cloud through some node. So first we need to use a sensors which acquire data from parameters what we need, and this sensor data is fed to a node. Node means I think hope many of you are aware of a node MCU, node 3, MCU 866, ESP382. So like this, there is a various node are there. The application of a node is getting a sensor data and which will feeds to a cloud. So from the cloud, we are giving a sensor data and we are doing a various application with this data. Like we can calculate which is the highest amount of energy we have consumed on this month, what is the variation, how much cost difference during this year, which month we have acquired a lot. Like we can even predict we have used a washing machine for a long time, that's why our EB bill has been come. So like this we can get a various analytics and statistics on working on a cloud also. Like as come to the entrepreneurship journey, you may think, wow, who can buy this idea, who can buy these IoT solutions like that. In our current Tamil Nadu government's moving towards to the IoTs and the future Tamil Nadu like that. So there is a simple solution, give a big, like solving a big challenges. Like what we are like saying example for collecting a data from our meter is we can avoiding the operational expenditure of EP Tamil Nadu government. The every state and every district there's some people's going for collecting a data. So giving our IoT solution we can avoid that manpowers and avoiding the expenditure of manpower like that. So like that there is a various category applying for IoTs. For developing this, what is a huge best thing in IoT means everyone can develop a IoT solution through what we have. Like there are many open source components and development boards which are available in the market. So if you see like before 5 to 10 years we can't get a IoT component sensor which is a very high cost and which doesn't have a open source platform to customize their solutions. Nowadays there is a many open source platforms are there, development boards are there, and sensor which is very low cost which is are available there. So in our slide which represents a water quality of a water quality monitoring. So what they are doing, like we can imagine we are having a multiple ponds and we are growing a fishes on it for a various applications, aquacultures or something. We need to maintain a few parameters for our water, like we need to maintain a temperature and an oxygen level of a water to grow a fish or to grow aquaculture maintenance. What are the parameters as per their requirement? We need to maintain those things. So we can't daily a person go and get the data from an aquaculture or a pond. So for that, what we can do, we can use a multiple sensors like a temperature sensors, or humidity sensors, or water quality monitoring sensors. So we can use on using all these sensors, we can feed this data to a node, and from that node we can get access to a cloud and we can monitor the water quality wherever we are. But what is our advice to students? Like everyone is doing the same, but what we need to do, we need to think on an industrial standard and product perspectives. So what POC you have built is everyone can build. What is unique on your, the unique and work we need to do which is differ from other is we need to think about the productions and the commercializations perspective. So what are the things we have been using is to prove our concept, but we need to think about the industrial standards, whether this why the people need to buy our solutions like that. Yeah, so these are the things, aspects we need to cover while we are doing some taking some problem and we are solving through IoT. So and it is also an like what environmental monitoring. So nowadays the many of India cities has been get polluted. Even Delhi is one of the top 4 polluted city across the globe. So it is a very unsatisfied data statistics for India. So there is a many startup evolving for air pollutions in Delhi, but they cannot control. They will in Delhi. So the few startups are spending the $millions for. So the available solutions are not sufficient to solve that problems. So there is the many people are trying to solve still no. Actually, while we are working on a social impacted solutions, there may be many opportunities from a government to fund you. Like any one of you has been interested to solve environmental solutions using a IoT technology. Like any one of you have come up with a solution, sir. I have this. I am going to solve this problem with this IoT technology. There is a government which can help you to support. Like Kevin sir said, there is a many government grants and schemes for supporting student entrepreneurs. If you have some challenge statements and if you need to develop some POC, so the anyone not funding for an idea or anything like that, we need to some POC like prove that. So after that, there is some many schemes and government programs for supporting entrepreneurs. So like this, so we are talking about IoT. So IoT is using for monitoring various things. So while in the case of environmental monitoring, we need to use these are the parameters like heterogeneous gas sensors, humidity sensor, temperature sensor, infrared sensor, dust sensors, UVC radiation sensor. Even environmental monitoring in the US like countries, they are using a Geiger counter to monitor radiations on the roads. So these are the parameters we need to monitor. Like if you are using an environmental based IoTs, these are the parameters. If you are going for a water quality monitoring, a temperature, water quality, a pH level of water, these are the parameters we need to take into consideration. There is a sensor for measuring all the parameters. Actually, it's another good slide I will like to represent you. Here is a great example how we can utilize the data. So in IoT, we have taken a data, but we can use this data in the various applications. Like you must come across the cube satellites. So what they have done is I'll tell you a thing. There is a cube satellite called FOSA, which is built by a 16-year-old Spanish students, which can help us to taking an image across the globe. Those images can be used for a various applications. They will sell the image data as $1 million. The 17 years, the 16-year-old boy developed some cube satellites and she's sent to the space and it's taking pictures alone. It's taking they took the sat design for only taking a picture. What they're taking a picture they used for multiple purpose like that crop analysis or multiple analysis. They will send the data for $1 million. Actually, in this perspective, how the student is unique means there is a various satellite which cost over 10 to 100 millions, which are taking images of the Earth daily on the daily basis. But the cost of the data is very high. What the children has done who done does a FOSA is they will do a cube satellite which is cost very less than 100K USD, but they are not using a one single satellite which cost $100 million. They are using 100 cube satellite which cost only $1 million. So it takes images of Earth every day, and those images can be applied for a various perspectives. Like they are sending this data to satellite centers. They are using for a various applications, insurance, they can use for an insurance, crop insurance. In agriculture, we are thinking that there are various applications out there, like to monitor a soil moisture, to monitor a rainfall. Like if we have this kind of solution, they can predict that. Like we can see what the 2019 April whether they have a rain or not, in 2020 June whether they have a rainfall or not, whether they have a high production or not. So like this we can use this data in the future also. We have acquired data using IoT technology, and also we can apply this data in the future for a various perspective and in an innovative way also. So this is a image analytics is one of the best example for it. So we can monitor a soil moistures and the water contamination level, water quantity levels, and yield levels, everything. So these are some journal studies what they have already done with the sensors. Like no need to develop a solutions also. Even if some of you have interest to develop some sensor, you can develop your own sensors. Like my sensor has this much parameters. What the existing sensor has only can calculate up to a 1800 degrees Celsius, but my sensor can calculate 1810 degrees Celsius. It is a unique and innovative, which is also innovation needed for people. And my sensor, like I will develop some sensors. That sensor can be into the petrols. It's not affect any other ways. It's measuring the temperature of petrols. Like that, there is everything needed for the sensors and IoT. You can develop your own node. You can develop your own cloud platform for statistics and analytics of the data. So these are some studies, journal studies, which I have already done. And what the another crazy things in IoT means, there is a no need of funding or a support needed. If the ourselves we can bootstrap and develop the any solution with IoT, because there is a many open source platforms and development boards are there which help you to support under $. Which can help you to develop your POCs. And also there are many government schemes which is support you to develop those things. So this is a smart agriculture. They are using, like in agriculture we can penetrate and specify various things like a plant growth, a crop quality, leaf area index. These are the some parameters which can use for smart agricultures in IoT. So smart water pollution, as we have mentioned, these are the parameters which are taken into consideration while we are doing the solutions. Like if you are into water pollution, these are the parameters and sensor data you need to take into care. Air quality monitoring. So these are the news. As I mentioned, Delhi is the world most polluted cities. So then the government, the Delhi governments need a solution to control their pollutions and also to monitor their pollutions. So they doesn't have so far doesn't have a proper infrastructure or innovative solution to solve this. So that's why the government is launching a many hackathons, grand challenge to address this problem. The only thing is you need a hard work to do a big to build a innovative solutions. So these are some upcoming methods. There are a LoRa gateways are there, machine learning, says they are including in many things. But in the basic, you need to solve some problem which is existing. So hope I have completed everything. So if you have any queries related to IoTs, we can go ahead. Open the floor for questions. Hello. Hello. Hope everyone got something. If you are remain silent, I think you doesn't get anything. Hello, sir. Is there anyone? Hello. Hello, sir. Is there anyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
available. I'm available. Just you tell your background. After you are doing some project on IoT, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Actually, we have built some project in IoT also.
Okay, your background, you are of engineering study,
Yes.
because that exposure will be useful for our student members here.
Yes, sir.
In
Sure, sir.
what way you came into IoT?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, actually, we are final year students in IEC, but we have our own venture called Backyard Creators. So we are working on a various medical devices and an assistive tech. So in IoT, we have built a project called FarmBot, which will monitor the nook and corner of a agri field. What product they existing in the market is they have our IoT solution which can use to for monitoring various parameters in a specific place. So they have a limitations. Like if you are using some IoT device, you need to place it somewhere, and you are collecting a data around some at the maximum of 1 kilometer. But what we are doing, we have built some motorized robot which can collect the data from a nook and corner of the field. So which will help us to get enhanced statistics to give a more production, sir. These are our IoT project what we have worked, and also but we are now fully on into a medical devices, but we are very interested to work with an IoT project, sir. Like this, the few months ago, the famous person called Elon Musk for a open challenges for IoT, sir. There is a challenge is need to grow a plant in a Mars. Sir. Like in this mod, the IoTs play a vital role because you need to control the every parameters. Like you need to control a temperature, humidity, everything, SPI, O2, many things you need to take into consideration, and you need to create a ecosystem or environmental which suit to grow a plant, sir. So IoT is just a beginning. It's we can't stop. It will get gathered into many integration with an MI and EAL. It's slightly move on to many applications.
Thank you.
Yes. Sir. Even in yes, sir.
Nimisha madam.
Yes, sir.
Madam, is there anything more or we can conclude?
So I request participants to switch on the camera for photos.
Okay.
We request
So your voice is not audible.
Sorry.
You are unmuted.
Yeah, thank you. Madam?
Yes, sir.
Can we conclude, madam?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to one and all. It is my honor to propose vote of thanks in this gathering. At the outset, I thank Dr. S. Shanmugam, Chairman, Institute of Engineers, India, Coimbatore Local Centre, who is our mentor in organizing our events. I thank Dr. K. Shivashankari, Principal, Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore, for presiding this event. My thanks to Mrs. K. Nimisha, ECE Department, for her presence in this event. My thanks to our guest, Mr. Ibn Abram Yelavantigal, okay, for planning to give a talk on applications of IoT, advancement in smart environmental monitoring system using IoT and sensor. Due to some network issues, he could not able to continue his talk. I thank Ram and Lakshman of Backpack creators, who is getting guided by Mr. Ibn, to be able to manage with their presentation. Thanks for giving and sharing the information on the applications of IoT. And it is good that it is a little bit inspiring also for our student members, okay, to take projects like you in the they get able to get some projects on IoT also. I thank Principal Madam and management of Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology for associating with our Coimbatore Local Centre in organizing this event. I thank Mrs. K. Kritika and Mr. Edwin Fernando of Akshaya College for their efforts in arranging this typical webinar. My thanks to Mrs. Premalata for extending her help for hosting this event. I thank all the committee members of Institution of Engineers, faculty and students of Akshaya College of Engineering and Technology and other institutions for their participation in this event. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Nimisha, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
so
you very much, sir. We could able to manage. Yes, we could able to manage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Chairman, sir. Thank you, sir.
Krishnamurthy, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Edwin, sir. Thank you.